Hey guys, welcome to the weekly challenge live stream for Yousician. I'm Alexis, and I go by the name Alexis Yousician in the guitar learning app, Yousician. Each week, Yousician releases challenges of 2 songs in varying difficulty levels. Users compete for high scores on the leaderboards. Each Sunday, I play through all the songs on guitar and break each one down for you, so you can reach your goals faster and post higher scores. Hey guys, how's it going? So my cat is already going crazy, as you can hear. He'll be losing his mind. So we got the Restless. Hold on a second here. Turn up. We got the Restless Boots challenge. Let me know how the syncing is. I changed some things. It may or may not be working properly. So if the audio and the video is out of sync, I apologize. I adjusted some settings in hopes to fix it. So let me know if the sync with the audio is weird or not. And I'll try to, if I have to, I'll do some test streams next time to see if I can fix that, because it's I think it's fixable. That's just I haven't quite figured it out yet. So anyway, so let's get right to it. I'll get on the first one. So coming home to you, basic riff. This one's pretty easy.
Are you sure your guitar is in tune?
Actually, I'm not sure my guitar is in tune. Okay. So pretty easy. Having said that, I did work on this one. I just, I don't spend a whole lot of time on it, but I did, spend enough time to get familiar with it and the rhythm. So there are some offbeats in here, so that's going to be, the big thing with this one is all of the, there's eighth notes. So basically, what's happening is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So there's some ands happening there. So that's going to be the big issue with this one, is that it's, other than that, technically, there's not really a whole lot going on. It's not like, there's not like any real crazy fingerings or anything like that. So it's really all about, this right out of the gate. 1 and 2 and 3, basically the and of 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and that note there might be a little bit tricky. But other than that, and then there's this one little fast, well, it's not blistering fast, but right here, again, eighth notes. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So other than that, that's pretty much it for that one. So let's move on. And let's hold on 1 second here. Let me just take a look. Okay, so hold on 1 second here. I don't think, at least I don't think I can adjust the, well, let's try it here. Like that. And let's see if this helps at all. I'm sort of putting the syncs back to where they previously were, I should say. And then hopefully that helps things. And I will have to do some testing on that later on. So anyway, okay, let's try the next song.
Cadillac, there is no turning back. Follow the fair track.
Okay, so what's going on with this one? Lots of offbeats, so you can see that wasn't the greatest run, but I was just making silly mistakes, mostly due to the fact that I don't. A couple things. Well, one, I don't really have this in my head yet, and the other is what I will show you in practice mode. So, first of all, lots of offbeats, and I'll talk about the app itself. Okay, so the app, in certain circumstances, the app is really has it's, in my opinion, a little bit too strict. Okay, so for example, with chords, the nature of strumming up, so that because of the offbeats, you have to strum up on some of these chords, and the nature of that, you're hitting the skinny strings first, so it's more it's difficult to get a complete, have your upstrokes and your downstrokes sound exactly the same, because when you strum down, you're hitting thicker strings first, which tend to be louder, and then when you're doing an upstroke, you're hitting the skinnier strings, which in general aren't going to be, very loud. So for the app, upstrokes tend to, if you don't play everything as perfectly even as you possibly can, there's a big tendency for there to be reds on upstrokes. So you got to be really careful on your upstrokes to try to get those strums as equal in volume as you possibly can. Now, in normal playing, I wouldn't care, depending on the style, I wouldn't care too much about how perfectly dead even I am strumming those chords. It actually sounds good. The difference sounds good, where it's like your downstrokes sound stronger than your upstrokes. So that's not necessarily a bad thing in real playing. So so there's a comment that it's annoying to perfect it. I think if you're talking about this one. Okay, so again, this is you want to approach using this app in the right way, meaning that there's going to be some elements to this where playing perfectly is either a natural, or two, it's just so strict that it's a little bit unfair. So sometimes the strumming things, that's the way it is. It's just so strict as far as getting everything perfect. It's a little bit unfair and not real world stuff. Like sometimes you'll do, in a real world song, you might do and I didn't even hit the 4th or 5th string on that strum, but it sounds good. And then in the app, you might get a red for that. So you can't really overjudge your playing with this stuff as far as getting things too perfect. But having said that, if you can do it, it's a great practice to be able to get your rhythms and work on. It basically helps you develop skills. So, and that's why I'm using the app, is that I know I'm playing in a way that's a little bit too perfect or a little bit too rigid, but it helps my playing. So the more rigid that you can actually play means the more control that you have. If you have that kind of control that you can play everything that perfectly, it means that playing everything is just, you've upped your skill level. So I still see value in that, even though it's a little bit unnatural. As long as you are able to play real music and still, play it in a manner that's musical and not being super anal about that kind of stuff. So basically what I would try to do with this song is I would try to memorize certain rhythms like this. Have that down like it's nothing. And right here is the difficult part. All these upstrokes. So 4 upstrokes in a row. Okay, so the way that you want to do that with your strumming hand is you want to maintain emotion. Even though you theoretically could go, those are offbeats, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm trying to maintain this down up where your downswing is an onbeat, meaning on the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of the offbeats, or all the ands, 1 and 2 and, are all upstrokes. So this sort of helps maintain the rhythm and keep your hand from being too robotic in your playing, as far as trying to maintain a flow. So this has, really this is about all of these different types of offbeats and memorizing them, trying to really get, the sound of these into your head. And so right there, switching from to this, these 4 upstrokes in a row, a little bit tricky. Back into that rhythm. Okay, this section here. Okay, so that part there might be awkward. Downstroke, upstroke. But the way I'm thinking of my hand is I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up. Sorry, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. There it is. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So, and let's see what else there is to this. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's really all about learning all those rhythms and those offbeats. So, let's see here, just checking the chat. Okay, so let me give that one another try.
My Cadillac, there's no turning back. Follow the fair track.
So,
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
get rid of the music. So, yeah. Better. Still needs work. So, apparently others have had some trouble with it if that was like a all silver run and I can get third place, that tells me that others players, you guys too, have been sort of having troubles with that one. Possibly due to possibly because just simply the rhythms, so many offbeats in that. So anyway, let's move along. All right, let's try this next one here. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay, so 8th. So again, I think that's another sort of sign that you guys are having trouble with this one. And that's not surprising. Basically that C/B is probably one of the things that you're consistently getting a red note on. And basically what you want to make sure is with your second finger, your middle finger, that you're muting that your fourth string. So you're getting, if I were to strum all the strings, and don't hit your sixth string, so you're getting, I mute with my thumb for that one. So you're getting a note, fifth string, click, note, note, note. And in and of itself, if you just listen to that chord, it's kind of a tense, strange sounding chord. It's sort of like a transition chord to get to the next chord. Okay, so nailing that one is hard. I mean, I think I got it once in that whole song. So that's something that is a bit challenging. But again, this is strumming patterns. A lot of these offbeats. So a lot of where the starting part of the strumming pattern actually happens on an and. So that's a little bit challenging. Like.
When did
So there you have, yeah, that's right. Okay, so new pattern is introduced there. So memorizing all of these rhythms. So it takes some time, pause, go into practice mode, look at each one of these sections and try to get, each rhythm down. And part of the challenge is doing one rhythm once you're in a groove, and then all of a sudden you have to do a different type of rhythm. So that happens, for example, here's a good example. Terribly difficult one, but the more difficult one is when it switches from the on beats to the off beats. So right here. So now you're in a groove with this pattern where you're comfortable with it, and then so that's sort of the difficulty with that one. I think I figured out why I was getting reds on that one. I don't think I was doing an even enough across all 6 strings. So I think that, I'm guessing that should solve that problem as far as getting that, nice clear notes on that one. So I'm going to try one more run of that one. Let's see how that goes and see if I get more greens on that up strum on the C/B. Little bit better.
Congratulations, you've reached your...
Alright. So, a little bit better score, but, except, did that even update my score? Hold on a second. I don't think that updated my score. Did I update my score? I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to I'll play that again another time. Anyway, okay, so here we go. The lead track. So this one, tough one to get down. Let me just check some things here. Yeah. Okay, so this one here, lots of stuff to talk about with this one. This is probably going to be a pretty lousy run, to be honest, just because there's a lot of quirky things about this one that, you really got to spend some time with just to get, a really good run with this, and especially not getting reds on those bends. So let's do a run, and then I'll talk about it.
Cadillac, there is no turning back. Follow the fair track.
Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
All right, so let's see what we got here. 17, not great. Still need to do some work on it. So there's a couple of things. Oh, that's a pick. There's a couple of things I want to talk about here. Let's take a look here. Okay, so right out of the gate, bends. How do you get, this has been asked a billion times, how do you get bends to be recognized consistently? The secret is, if you look at the actual, tab, what the bend looks like here, the big key is you don't bend the note the minute you strike the string. So, as you can see here, it's like a gradual slope to bend up. So essentially that's crucial because the app needs to recognize its starting point. So that first note, the 12th fret without bending, the app needs to hear that note clearly. So you need to start there and then do your bend. So most people tend to do this, where they're bending the minute that they strike the note. So that's not giving the app enough time to sort of recognize that you started on the correct place. So you have to kind of delay a little bit versus. So that's how I'm getting those greens. So I'll just show you here. That's that part there. That's, the big thing with how to get those bends to come out clearly. So, and then you got... And then here's the lick that keeps coming back. Same thing, delay that bend, don't go. Okay, so we have this part repeats quite a few times. And we have a little bit tricky because you're in these smaller frets. So I'm doing that bend with these 3 fingers together, like that, and then I'm doing that first string with my pinky. Okay. Okay, so that loops. Different alternate ending. What's going on there? It's all just one shape. So if you watch my eyes, I'm just essentially taking a quick glance at where I need to be. So I'm just like quickly looking and then getting into position. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. That's pretty easy. And then the solo. Okay, so this is a lick that you want to have if you're doing lead. You really want to have that memorized. It's going to come back in it's just a a standard lick that most players use, and it just comes back again and again and again in different songs. Okay, so some people will do their 3rd finger. I'm using my pinky, my 4th finger. Some people will use their 3rd finger. It's not that big of a deal in this instance. Okay, so, and then there's this little bit of a fast hammer-on pull-off things. So I would take that, same thing, turn it into a loop. And this is what's called triplets, so it's like 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That lick there. Kind of a pattern, 4th finger, 1st finger, 4th finger, 1st finger. 12-9, 12-9, 12-9. Pretty easy. Another lick that you should have memorized. It's going to come back again and again in different solos. Basically the same lick. So really test your hammer-ons and pull-offs, especially with your fourth finger in this next section. So, kind of like a Chuck Berry lick. Okay. This lick is just a theme repeated throughout, so you want to try to get that fingering down. Once you have it here, you should be able to play the other versions of it. And then you're just going to go up. So, all together. And then you have the ending theme. So, let me just check the chat, see if there's any questions or comments on that one, and then I'll do another run of that one. And nope, people, you guys 125%. Yeah, I can't play lycanthropic metamorphosis at 100%. So anyway, let me do another run of this one.
my Cadillac. There is no turning back. Follow the fair track.
part's better.
Well done.
Some
You can
parts
continue to the
not
next
so
exercise.
much. But, yeah, it's alright. Bumped up 2 spots there, so... Anyway, so that's that. So, I guess it's time to switch over to bass. And then I'm going to talk about pitch harmonics, and then I will talk about playing how Highway to Helsinki relates to playing the riffs to Hell's Bells from AC/DC. So, let me mute and I will switch. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do the No Turning Back full level 8. Pretty tough one. This is probably not going to be that great.
my Cadillac. There's no turning back. Follow the fair track.
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Actually, the best run that I've done of this so far. So that really doesn't say much, but look at James in the top 3. So this one here I have troubles with for a couple of reasons. One, I'm not a bass player. So there's that. So that's a big part of it, is that I simply I'm not really a bass player, so it's difficult for me. But other than that, it's a lot of rhythms. So it's not like the cowboy chords where once you get into a groove you can sort of stay there for a little while. It's just the rhythms are constantly changing. So it's really about learning the sound in your head, what this bass line really sounds like, because it's constantly changing. So I mean, this part's easy. Pretty basic. Sort of mostly the same, but even then some slight variations, and then once you get to here already the rhythm's going to switch up. Back to that. So that's going to repeat a little bit. That's the same. Okay, new section. Okay, so here's a section where you need to kind of be careful. Hold on one second here. You have to be a little bit careful with this part right here, where it goes these two first string, and then going to the second string. You want to mute that first string, otherwise you're probably going to get a red if those those strings are ringing together like that. So I'll show you what I mean. So you can see that those two notes were red, and that's because the first string was still ringing. So you need to go grab it with your fretting hand, mute it, and then play your second string. There's a couple of points in this song where that happens, where you want to mute the previous string, which is an open string, so that you can actually, otherwise you're going to get a red note. Okay, so, and then this part here, octaves. You know, my nemesis as far as technical things in bass playing. Some people will do that with their middle finger on the top one. Some people will actually use the ring finger on the top. So you kind of have to make up your mind which way is more comfortable for you. A little bit of a leap there.
Hop in my Cadillac. There is no turning back. Follow the fair track.
And then I think it's just all the same riffs until the end. And that would be it. But still, it's a tricky one. It's something that definitely doesn't come to me naturally. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, pretty tough one. I need to work on that, that's for sure. It's not great, but like I said, I'm not really a bass player. And it's awkward for me. So it's good for me again, I play this because it's good for me for my classical playing, and it's good for me for my strength, for my fretting hand, because it's a little bit more difficult to play bass as far as fretting the notes because of the bigger strings, a little bit more tension. So I am going to switch back again, and then we'll talk about pitch harmonics, and we'll talk about I don't know, what is he doing? We'll talk about pinch harmonics, and then Hell's Bells. So clearly Julian wants to say hello. I just need to set a few things up right now, and then I'll get rid of him. Okay, so pinch harmonics. All right, Julian, you're gonna have to take off. Hold on a second here. Okay, let's see here. All right. There we go. So I'm just going to take this into practice mode. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to play the whole riff. Yep, that's my cat. Okay, so I'll just play the beginning riff of this, and then I'll talk about how this relates to Hell's Bells. Someone just asked, do I have a whammy? Yeah, I don't. This is a Fender, so on Fenders, this type of bridge here, there is a whammy bar that you can use. I just generally don't use it. I'm just not really, not really that kind of a player. So anyway, let me play just the beginning of this riff, the beginning of the song, and then we will do, yeah, I'll talk about Hell's Bells. Here we go. Okay, so up until there, let's take a look at what's happening here. We have... So, if I take Hell's Bells, I'll play that riff again. So we have... So, if you think of those shapes, okay, so you just play it differently. You're arpeggiating those riffs versus, and you don't go descending there. But and then kind of forgot about the pinch harmonic stuff. I'll get back to that. so that's basically thinking C add 9. And then that's kind of like a G/B common thing. So I'm not too concerned with that part, but I just wanted to relate the Highway to Helsinki to Hell's Bells. Lloyd showed up. Everyone's welcoming Lloyd. Thanks for coming, man. You're a little on the tail end of things, but appreciate you coming out anyway. Thunder just said that I helped him out with bar chords, and he's finally mastered them now. Awesome. Good stuff. They're tough to master. I'm perpetually, basically, working on bar chords. You can't let up with bar chords. You have to keep up with them. Otherwise, they kind of get crappy after a while. So, anyway, let's get back to this one. So, and then the next riff. So we have. So that's kind of ripped off from Hell's Bells. So that riff there, it's very similar to this right here. So, except instead of a lot of similar shapes there. So that whole, except you actually apply that to the D chord as well. So very similar riffs there. Talk about this D/F sharp chord. The reason why it's in this song is because D/F sharp is in almost every single AC/DC song. I'm not even kidding. And all that it is doing a D shape, and you're fretting with your thumb the second fret of the 6th string. So keep that in mind. That's an AC/DC staple. It's just something that happens in AC/DC all the time. So it's going to come back in tons and tons of songs. I don't think this part here. That's sort of ripped off from other songs, lots and lots of other songs. So I wouldn't say that that's exclusive to this song, nor exclusive to AC/DC. That's a little bit different. Let's see, what else do we got? And then goes back into that. So that's pretty much it for that one. So it doesn't have all of the riffs. So if you take a look at Hell's Bells, anyway, go back into that. So that's pretty much that. So you can see how the skills, basically the whole point of this that I'm trying to show is that the skills involved with playing, the songs in the app do have a direct correlation. You can have a direct takeaway into real world songs. Lloyd's taking off. He's going to bed. Thanks for coming out, man. People are talking about the song Zombie from the Cranberries. Pretty basic song. Heavy distortion, even though it's a strumming song. I think that's the whole song. I'm not sure, but it's most of the song. So it's actually only, what is it, 4 chords? So E minor, C, G, G/F sharp, and a little bit of a, I'm not sure if the guitar player plays that or if that's the bass player that plays it. But anyway, pretty basic. And that's pretty much that song. Let me talk about pinch harmonics. Pinch harmonics are awkward. Let's just put it that way. Let me switch my amp here. Pinch harmonics are like... basically, it's like getting our harmonic. If you don't know what a harmonic is or how to get a harmonic, basically the easiest way to get our harmonic is to take your finger, any finger on, let's say the first string, and you're going to be, instead of fretting the note where you squeeze the string against the fretboard, you're going to place your finger without squeezing, just lightly touching the string. Instead of here behind the fret wire, you want to be over top of the fret wire. And basically it's going to get this bell-like sound. There's different places that you can get harmonics. So that get these, it's a neat sound. So, and you can get some neat little, like sound effects out of the guitar. Sometimes you play it like actual pitches. But sometimes guitar players will use it like as a sound effect. So I'm a little bit deviating from the course of what I wanted to talk about, but I'll get back to it. So one lick that I like to do is I like to do this. So this is all left hand. I'm doing hammer-ons or pull-offs. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to take my pinky and I'll lay it across the strings, and I'm going to move it along the string left and right. And it gets this really neat kind of a sound effect. So if I just do this. So just kind of a neat kind of sound. What songs use harmonics? Tons of songs. I don't remember which frets the harmonics are at, but there's yeah. So harmonics are it's in a lot of songs that you might not think have harmonics, or because a lot of people will think of it as a fancy technique. Hold on one second. Okay, so a Jewel, she adds harmonics in her song. What's the name of that song? You Were Meant for Me. I think that's the name of it. And then at the end of that riff is, oh, where is it? There we go. So that's the 12th fret harmonics. So there's another example of harmonics in songs. But yeah, let's see here. What's the name of that No Doubt song? Bum ba da 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 bum ba da. Sunday Morning. The very beginning of that song is harmonics. Just hold on one sec. So the very beginning of that song is 12 fret harmonic. Turn that off. Anyway, that's just off the top of my head, just sort of natural harmonics. So I want to do... Oh, here comes Julian again. Okay. Okay, so pinch harmonics. Basically, pinch harmonics are... You're doing the action that I was doing before with two hands in your right hand alone. So, to review, to do harmonics, I'm placing my left hand in a specific place, and then I'm striking the string with my right hand, my picking hand. So what we want to do is we want to do that same motion of touching the string lightly and picking at the same time. So what ends up happening is this part, the edge of my thumb, collides with the string immediately after I pluck the string. So this is going to be hard to see, but I'm essentially slamming my thumb into the string. Okay, so that's basically what I'm happening. And this is how guitar players get that squeal. And usually they add a bend to it. So if I don't do the pinch harmonic, that's what the note I'll get. And then I can get lots of different, just by moving my hand around. And I'm not aiming, I'm not like placing my finger precisely in this spot. I'm literally just slamming my thumb into the string as hard as I can. Okay, so it's a really cool sound. Even when you don't quite nail it, it still sounds cool. That's the beauty of this, is that sometimes you don't quite get a perfect pinch harmonic. Like that, it's kind of growly sounding. Holy crap, tubes. Someone is demanding. Okay. Maybe I could get him to settle down and just not be in front of the camera. That would be great. So, anyway, a Steve Vai song. It's called the Attitude Song. He does. So clearly, this is not going to work. I'm gonna have to get rid of. Oh boy, we're nearing wrapping up anyway, so I'm pretty much gonna call it, I think, because essentially Julian has decided that this has been the end of the stream. So one last thing that I'll talk about before I wrap it is basically someone in the Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, there's a link in the description box there. Basically, someone talked about or asked about practicing routine. Um, Basically, the way that I would think of a practice routine is you want to have, certain basic elements. Like, for example, you want to have some uh, basically some kind of rhythm element, and that rhythm element should be either chords, arpeggios. There's so much to cover, so you can't really do everything. So some kind of chordal or rhythmic thing that you want to do could be power chords, power chord riffs. Um, it could be arpeggios. It could be strumming stuff. So you kind of have to your practice routine should be catered toward you and where you are. So what I mean by that is that there is no perfect practice routine because every person is at a different place in their development. So have some kind of rhythm thing that you're working on, some kind of scale thing. Probably the minor pentatonic scale would be the best place to start. So some kind of scale practice, some kind of technical practice. Like if there's hammer-ons and pull-offs, or there's tremolo picking, or there's something technical that you find difficult to do, that should be part of your practice routine. Seeker of the Way mentioned the metronome. Perfect case scenario, you're practicing all of this with a metronome as much as possible. Sometimes you're not going to be able to play something with a metronome right away, so sometimes that you'll have to learn it first before you actually do it with a metronome. But playing it with a metronome is something that should be part of it. If you're working on note reading, then obviously you want to have some time spent in that. And I don't like to set specific times, like X amount of time on this thing, X amount of time on that thing. I would, try to vary it, like just practice it till you feel like you've got something out of it. Pay attention to what your brain feels like. If you're getting mentally tired on something, I'm supposed to do 15 minutes of this. If your brain's done, don't keep working on it. I would do, for me, I'd do things like ear training. That could be part of it, but you might not be ready for that. There's song, some kind of song, whatever song that you're working on, there should be some, not just exercises and things like that. In the context of musician, you could easily do, go into the, let's see here, go into the song section and, spend some time in down here, the workouts, cowboy chords. Spend some, at least do, that's another way of using the app to improve yourself, is like do at least one exercise of the cowboy chords, at least one exercise of the arpeggios, one exercise of the scales, and one of the finger picking, etc. So that's a great way for the app to help you do that. And also just recently added, don't forget that you have the knowledge path has been expanded. So if you haven't done that yet, go into the knowledge path and you can do things in there as well. So, yep, he's hungry and he wants attention. I think he's less hungry. I think he just wants attention. But yeah, that's my cat, is that he's just demanding. Me. And yeah, he doesn't care if the camera's on. He just wants attention. He does look grumpy. Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to do a little bit of improvising to take this out. I'm going to say thanks for coming out for the stream. I will be doing this again, same time next week on Sunday. And I will have, just so you know, coming out, the next few videos that I'm going to be releasing are going to be some different things. I'm going to be having an exercise. Actually, I can show you what one of it is. I don't have it down yet. Oh, that's the last thing I'll do today. But just so you know, coming up, I will be having some really different types of let's see here. I need to switch my tones. Really different types of videos coming up. Okay, so one is going to be this one here that I'll show you. I'll play in a second here. And then another one is going to be a little bit of a secret until you see it. It's going to be cool. At least if you like video games, it's going to be cool. So, and that's all I'll say. It's like something to do with video games is going to be my next 2 more new videos coming up will have that. But this is something that I'm working on right now and hoping to get this one out this week. We'll see. But it's basically it's a bunch of tapping stuff that I've worked on. So it just sort of shows you that the app can do, number one, tracks really fast and can do some pretty advanced techniques. So anyway, I'm going to play this one if Julian can let me play for a little bit, and then I will wrap it up with some improvising and I'll be done. So.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Okay, pretty lousy run. I'm still working on it, but you get the point. Let me do one more run of that, and then I'll wrap it. So, I'm still memorizing it, so cut me some slack, eh? But yeah, as you can see, that's pretty stinking fast for, and the track, it tracks fine. The app tracks it fine. So I'll do one more run of that, and then I'll wrap it.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Yeah, as you can see, I still need to work on that one. And some of you guys have played it. So this one will be up temporarily, okay, just so you know. So there's the name of EVH Tapping Licks MIDI. So it's up temporarily, and the reason why I say temporarily is that I'm going to be putting up another one. Once I get it down a little bit more, I'm going to put up one where it's the audio is me playing. Right now it's MIDI audio. So once I get it down, I'm going to delete that one and then upload one with the normal audio, which I'm going to rename it. Instead of MIDI, it'll just be, it won't have that at the end. So anyway, thanks for coming, guys. I'm just going to do a little bit of improv here to just take us out, and I will be doing, video on Wednesday coming out and another stream next week. So thanks for coming out, guys. We'll see you next time.